You know, the only thought I had after I finished watching Microsoft's E3 press conference was, that was okay. I'm sure many others don't permeate the same feeling if you go by YouTube and Twitch comments, but Microsoft's conference was okay, at best. Understand that it wasn't great in any way whatsoever, but it was far from the shit people are proclaiming it to be. It was the best conference that Microsoft has had for years, but that's not really saying much. However, Microsoft's conference foreshadowed the quality gamers could expect from the rest of the fucking day, because as of right now, E3 2014 has monumentally failed to impress, and I fucking called it. I'm going to discuss that in another video, so let's talk Microsoft. If there's one thing you have to give Microsoft credit for, it's the fact that they didn't mention Kinect or TV at all in their conference. They spent only about 2 minutes on the Halo TV show, so props to them. They definitely brought games, but the quality was all over the place. I actually wrote an article on the show, and in hindsight, I was a bit too lenient. The show was solid in the sense that it was only about games, but the whole conference itself was pretty lackluster, at least for my standards. I'm not going to run through the whole fucking conference because you've probably seen it already. Instead, I'm just going to discuss the highs and lows of the shows. Because it's me talking, let's start with the negatives. The main problem I had with the show was that a number of multi-platform games were shown. Don't get me wrong, I'd rather see Assassin's Creed Unity over some TV shit, but when more than half of the show is dedicated to games that are not only going to be on the PC and PS4, but will look and perform better on those platforms, you aren't exactly making a compelling case for your system. I don't give a flying fuck that the DLC for Call of Duty is coming first to Xbox. That doesn't convince me to buy your system. Also, we didn't see any big reveals for these multi-platform games. They were all games we knew about already. The surprises were purely reserved for exclusives, and those surprises were not that good. On the same note, Microsoft did show some exclusives. Unfortunately, a lot of the exclusives Microsoft brought were either ones that we already knew about, or fucking CGI trailers. CG trailers are usually shit for E3, with the exception of the Ubisoft trailers. I want to see actual gameplay. You bring Platinum to announce an Xbox One exclusive, and you show jack shit besides a CG trailer for the fucking game. Platinum excels in gameplay, so why am I sitting at my desk with my thumb up my ass, hoping to see some actual gameplay, only to be left with some flashy fucking pre-rendered shit on my screen? Yeah, you showed new IPs too, but you explain nothing about them, so why should anybody give a shit? You brought Halo 5, but you showed fuck all about it. I'm not exactly a Halo nut, but why did you show a big flashy Halo 5 trailer at last year's conference and then just do this really short trailer for Halo 5 this year that revealed nothing? It's just cock teasing in the worst way possible. Also, we don't need a Halo 2 demo on stage. We already know how Halo 2 plays. It's been out for 10 fucking years. Just announce that stuff and reserve time for actual gameplay for other things, and not Call of Duty gameplay. I'm sorry, but that was a shit way to start the show. We already know how Call of Duty plays, and while Advanced Warfare looks great visually, the demo itself was dog shit. Nothing interesting happened, and there were no oh shiz moments, and the part where you're meant to feel bad about that guy getting blown up was the worst thing I've ever seen in a demo. You want us to feel bad for a character that we know nothing about, except that he slaughtered countless people. This is writing 101 here. Now, I said that I still thought the conference was okay, so after all of those negatives that I listed off, what did they do right? I have to say that both Sunset Overdrive and Inside impressed me. Inside in particular. The art style was amazing, and I have a feeling that that is going to be an excellent little title. Sunset Overdrive is also looking like a great looking game. It looks as though the game is willing to poke shit at traditional games and is just there to have a good time. The demo kicked ass, and it looks like a very promising title. The demos for The Division and The Witcher 3 were also quite good. While we were already aware of these games, they did look pretty damn good on stage. I'm glad you're bringing back Crackdown, and of course you're focused on games, which is what you needed to do. Overall, the Microsoft conference was okay. The people who said it sucked fall into either one of two camps. Either A, they got overhyped for the conference, or B, they came into it wanting to hate it. The conference did not suck. There were lots of games. The reason it was dull, however, was because there were no wow moments or any really big announcements. This is an example of why you shouldn't get hyped for games, because you set yourself up for disappointment. When I came into this conference, I was expecting something average, and that's what I got. It wasn't great, but it definitely wasn't bad. Stay tuned because my EA conference review is coming up today, and it was not a good show at all.